What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Mark Dark, and I'm back with another video. If you're new, if you love power, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, like the video, and leave your theories, comments, everything down below. Now, tonight we'll be talking about Power Book 2 Ghost Episode 2. This is the recap. Down below, I want you guys to let me know, what do you think about tonight's episode? What are your predictions for the next episode, and how do you see it playing out in the future of the show? Overall, I think it was a very good episode. A lot of different things happened. Now I'm going to try my best to focus on the key parts in this episode. Now, if I miss anything, you guys let me know down below. And like I said, this episode was definitely good. We got a lot of different things going, but this whole case on Tasha, it's building up, man, and it's building up a lot, and mainly because of Tasha and what she's been doing and been saying is coming back, and it's coming back to hunt her, in my opinion. And I will be breaking that down for you guys on why I think that. Now, this episode begins with Tasha. She's talking to Davis McLean, and she's also talking to Paula Matarazzo. As I've been telling you guys, she is the right hand of Davis McLean, and she will be helping out in this case. Now, they're trying to prepare Tasha for the stand, as well as figure out why, the Democratic Party wanted to turn this into a federal case. And this is what they're trying to figure out. But they're asking Tasha about the organization, about, her, Tommy Egan, James St. Patrick. And Tasha, she needs a lot of practice, man. She needs a lot of help to get things through. But, he's asking her these questions, and she's kind of slipping up a little bit. Tasha definitely needs to get it all together. Davis McLean, all he's thinking is this: why? Why do they want to press these charges against her? It has to be something. And we find out later on, he believes that it's more of a political gain than anything. And we will be talking more about this. Now, your boy Tariq, he's struggling. He's not making enough money to pay off Davis McLean. We know this. So he has to figure out another way. And eventually, down the line, we're going to see this full plan come out. He's in there talking to your boy Zeke. And he asks Zeke, look, can I come to family dinner? You know what I'm saying? Tariq, what he really wants to do, he wants to get close to the Tejadas family. We saw at the end of the last episode him doing research on Lorenzo Tejada. So he knows they pushing weight, and he wants to get close and prove himself so he can get this money. Now, once again, Tariq is struggling in class. He hasn't read the rest of his book. And once again, he's exposed in front of everybody. And now he looks stupid. Now, Lauren, she was just literally just trying to probably just ask him a question about the book. And, yes, your boy Tariq didn't finish it. He can tell you about the beginning of the book. But as far as the end, no, this is something that he cannot do. Now, Jabari, he's getting very upset because he's like, man, how many opportunities are we going to give you? Like, when are you going to step up? Because look, this program that he's in is very strict, competitive, and they let Tariq get in this program. But as of right now, he is slipping, and I think eventually he's gonna have to hurry up and adapt to both of these lifestyles that he's trying to live. We get to your boy Brayden. Brayden is back. He's telling Tariq, look, he's here to help him. I mean, moral to the story is this: Brayden wants to move weight. He has a lot of connections at this school with his family and stuff like that. And he feels like, him and Tariq can, make a lot of money. But Tariq, of course, he's not really trying to go into that right now with Brayden. But we know Brayden is here and he's trying to move weight. And he's very motivated, right? His character is going to step up a lot this season, in my opinion. Now, Monet and Danilo Ramirez, this guy, you saw him in episode 1 briefly. He's, of course, a cop. This is kind of similar to Ghost and Angela. And, as far as the principal part, right? Now, of course, this guy is pretty much saying that, look, I can give you connections. Monet is like, look, I don't care about connections. I need protection. The Tejadas name, it protects me. And you have to leave before Kane gets here. Now, of course, we know this storyline is going to open up eventually. Monet is using him for those connections as far as what's going on with, Lorenzo, and anything as far as her family getting out of trouble. And she's going to continue to use him. Now, your boy, Davis McLean, he meets up with Tariq, and he's telling him, look, you didn't tell me about all this stuff, all these legal problems that you and your family had, especially you and your mother. And, we need you to pretty much dog out your father at his funeral. We need you to read off the eulogy and pretty much just do him in dirty. Tariq, you can just tell he doesn't really want to do that. He's like, man, you know what I'm saying? We putting him under the grave. Like, do you want me to do that? And he's like, well, it's whether your mom's freedom or your father's legacy. And it kind of hits Tariq because you can tell deep down inside, he doesn't really want to do this, man. He doesn't want to dog out his father. Even though he killed him, he doesn't want to do this. Now, your boy Zeke is a fool. He be clowning in these episodes, man. He's trying to get at Carrie. She's asking him about the book report that he did that we know Tariq did, right? And he doesn't really know the answers. He's too busy trying to spit game at her. Now, of course, she's very aware of what's going on. She knows this guy definitely didn't do the work, that Tariq is the one that did the work. And of course, she wants to talk to Tariq, meet up with him later on, because she knows his father's funeral is the next day. So of course she wants to ease the pain and, you know, talk to him about what's going on. Because remember, this is what she wants to do. Your boy Tariq meets up with Simon Stern. And here we go once again. Simon Stern is telling him, look, you know, Davis McLean has talked to me. And as far as you dogging out your dad, that is bad for business. You are more like your dad than you know it. And you shouldn't do this because this can mess up a lot of different financial opportunities for you and your family. And Tariq is definitely thinking about this. And he's starting to learn more about his father than anything, about his morals, his ambition and stuff like that. And he starts to realize, like, man, my dad was deeper than I thought. He wasn't just this straight up killer drug dealer. He had different aspects of his character. And of course he did. Tariq is finally learning these things. And like I said, he's really thinking like, man, should I dog out my dad or should I praise him at his funeral? Now, Paula Matarazzo, she pretty much thinks Tasha is dirty. She's like, it ain't no way Tasha is innocent. She thinks she's involved with the Ghost and Tommy. Davis McLean, he doesn't really care about the truth. He's more concerned about the motive. Why does the Democratic Party, you know, why do they want to turn this into a federal case? You know, what's really going on? And maybe we can get Jenny Sullivan to, you know, come in and talk to us and tell us her side of the story on why she did what she did at the last prosecution hearing. Now, your boy Stephen Ott is back, and he's with John Mock, and they pressing Cooper Saxe. Cooper Saxe, he knows Tasha didn't do this. He doesn't really want to press Tasha at all, but the Democratic Party, they are pressing him. Now, they tell Cooper Saxe that Davis McLean, they cannot prove that Ghost did anything. You know what I'm saying? But we can, you know, lay down all these crimes on Tasha St. Patrick or Green or whatever, and, you know, we need to just lay that all down. And we're going to give you unlimited fund. You can hire anybody that you want, but you need to bring down Tasha at all costs, just based on what she's done and said. And this is what I'm talking about. Tasha, her past is caught up with her. And like I said, we will be talking about that at the end of the recap. Now, Tasha, she's talking to Tariq. She's trying to figure out how in the hell he's doing what he's doing. How did he even get Davis McLean? And she just wants to know what's going on. Now, they do talk about him speaking bad about his father. Tasha says, you do what you feel like is right. You know what I'm saying? She tells Tariq that your father was complicated. He was a complicated man. And he did certain things that everybody didn't probably agree with. But at the end of the day, she just wants Tariq to make that decision on what he wants to do at the funeral. We get to Cooper Saxe. And like I said, he has an unlimited fund to hire whoever. He wants to get this guy to, you know, lead the investigation on Tasha St. Patrick. But I'm telling you right now, this dude better stay away from Cooper Saxe, because he's not going to be by the book like he said he is, and you will end up dead. You seen what happened to Milk Dud Donovan. It's going to be bad news when you messing with your boy Cooper Saxe. Your boy Tariq meets up with Carrie, and she's talking about, of course, the funeral, you know, class and stuff like that, but she wants to have a safe space for Tariq. She wants him to pretty much be able to feel good and, you know, say something positive about his father. And to be honest with you guys, Tariq can't really say anything as of right now. He's too concerned about what's going on. He got people calling him and stuff like that. But Carrie, she wants to do something special. She wants to have a vigil for Tariq, right? She goes and she talks to Tabari. She's trying to get his support, but he's kind of pissed off. He's like, man, you got to listen to the kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't even listen to him. And we know that he had a book that failed and stuff like that. They start talking about that, kind of arguing, whatever. Next thing we know, he's clapping those cheeks. You know what I'm saying? This book apparently is about her, his life. She didn't really like that she's in the book, you know, and she did hire him. So as far as him pushing up on her, it should be no surprise, as he told her. So this relationship with them two is going to get crazy. Eventually, these two will get caught. And her sponsor told her that to stay away from him at all costs. But we know that's not going to happen. Now, your boy Tariq, he goes and he meets up with the Tejadas family, of course, with Zeke. You know what I'm saying? They're at the family dinner. Kane is looking crazy. He's like, man, all right. You know what I'm saying? You here, but I don't really trust you like that. You know what I'm saying? You knew, but I'm going to keep my eyes on you. Now, everything was going cool at the dinner, right? Until your boy Frank pops up. And Frank is like, look, Lorenzo sent me and all this and that. And first of all, how did you even get out? That's the question. Now, Monet is like you was locked up. Like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? This Frank character is on one. He's talking about everybody, like how they grew up. He, you know, whispers, not even whispers. He's like, man, Diana, you grew into that body pretty much. You know what I'm saying? The dude is on one, man. Now, Monet, she shuts down everything. She's like, look, this is all over, Frank. You have to go. You know what I'm saying? We having a family dinner right now. She ends up ending everything and, you know, makes Kane handle this. Now, of course, she tells Kane to drop off Tariq. Kane tells Tariq, this is family business. What happens in the house stays in the house. Tariq, and probably the best scene of the night, he pretty much checks Kane, tells Kane, like, dude, your Uncle Frank is a snitch. There's no way he got out that quick and just pops up out of nowhere. And, you know what I'm saying, you should be aware of this. You know what I'm saying? So your boy Kane is looking like, how do you even know this information like that? Tariq is hip. He's been a part of the game for a while. I mean, he's been a part of Tommy, Ghost, Kanan, Dre. All these guys have had an effect on him. The Italians. This dude knows what he's talking about. But you would think a heavy hitter like the Tejadas, Kane, will be aware. Like I said, Tariq stole the show in this scene right here, putting your boy Kane in his place. And Kane couldn't really do nothing but respect it at the end of the day. He knew, like, man, okay, this kid's smart. He knows his business, and he knows the law. Now, we get to the vigil. Your girl Carrie throws this, and then, you know, a lot of people's there taking pictures and stuff like that. Of course, you know, Jabari shows up even after saying, you know, he doesn't really want to be there and stuff like that. But he always shows up and supports. He says what he's going to do or what he wants to do, or, you know, he pretty much give his opinion on certain things, but he's always there to support Carrie and what she's going through. Now, Tariq pops up there. He's pretty much just surprised. He doesn't know what's really going on. He's seeing all this stuff about his father, all these people there. And he's like, man, I got to get up out of here, because people was like, once you come up and once you talk and say something, Tariq is like, man, nah, I'm good. He wants to leave. And then your boy Brayden pops up and he tells Tariq, look, we need to get up out of here. We can kill some time. Let's go to this party that my brother was throwing that he told him about earlier on in the episode. And that's exactly what they did, because Tariq was definitely not in the state of mind to be there. Now, we get to Diana, we get to Monet, and of course they're talking about what's going on. They're talking about Frank, because this dude is definitely a rat. We know this. And Monet is pretty much telling Diana, like, look, you may have to do some things to get information up out of people, up out of Frank or whoever. You know what I'm saying? She's trying to teach her the game. And you already know that Diana is going to definitely use her looks and charm to get to people, to get them to say what she wants them to say as far as information. Now, Kane pops back up and he's like, look, that boy Tariq is very smart. He said that Frank is definitely a snitch. You know, no one gets out that quick after being locked up, and he's definitely fishy. Now, of course, Monet, she's like, okay, Tariq told you this? Like, she couldn't believe it. She was like, man. So she goes in, she tells Zeke, like, look, Zeke, I need you to get all the information about Tariq that you can. You know what I'm saying? You need to learn more about this kid. And you know what I'm saying? This is exactly what Monet wants to do, because Tariq is definitely smarter than he's, seeming to be as far as what's going on in these streets, not just books. Now, Tariq and Brayden get to the party. They kicking it, of course, on Instagram or whatever, live, having a great time, right? And then Tracy Westing pops up. This is your boy Brayden's brother. The dude got clout and a lot of power at this school. It seems like he can do exactly what he wants to and hit a cop. That's exactly what he did. And he's able to get off. I mean, this dude pretty much assaulted an officer, a campus officer at that. He said he's not a real cop, but Brayden is able to talk his way up out of this. He's like, look, you know what I'm saying? We are the Westons. You know who we are. And then they pretty much just let them go and the party continues. This is something that Tariq was watching and he's going to be able to use in the future, because if these cops on this campus are not doing anything to the Weston family, that means that Brayden can push weight and not even suffer any consequences. This is easy money. As Brayden told Tariq, he said, we can make a killing here. It could be easy. And then we get to Inmate Jones. And Inmate Jones is having a problem, right? Because she needs a morning after pill. And, her correction officer is not really trying to help her. And I'm like, what is going on right here? Like, how did this happen? Who was clapping her cheeks up in there? Now, besides all that, we got your girl Tasha. She, she around the corner listening, and she knows, like, man, this is my opportunity to make an ally right here. If I can get this girl right here, this pill, maybe I can form a connection and, possibly have protection and get more power while I'm locked up. This is probably the smartest thing Tasha was able to do the first 2 episodes of the series. Because I'm like, man, as far as the whole trial, she's definitely slipping up in my opinion. But that was definitely the smartest thing she did. Now, we get to the funeral. Grandma Estelle, Yasmin, she's there all grown up. And she's like, how do you pay for all this, Tariq? And Tariq is like, I didn't pay for none of this. I don't even know none of these people that's here for real. And you see a lot of people showed up. Simon Stern, the pastor, of course, showed up. And I'm like, where's Ramona at? A lot of people was like, man, what happened to a lot of people that Ghost grew up with? Where were they at? We didn't really see them at the funeral like that, of course. Your boy Davis McLean was there. He's telling Tariq that, look, your mom is coming. She's going to do the eulogy, and you don't have to worry about that. Now, Tasha pops up like the Black Widow, of course. She's, of course, chained down. She can't have no freedom at all. But we already know Tasha was going to be there. She's arguing about who's going to do the eulogy. Of course, Rashad Oldalt Tate is there. He says he will do it. Rashad Tate don't really care. Y'all see him Tate for governor. He had a little badge on his jacket. He's promoting right there. He don't really care about what's going on with Ghost. Now, your boy Uncle Gabe talks to Tariq and tells him more about his father, how his father deep down inside had a good heart, and that his granddad will always tell him that, look, if you keep running this street life, it's only 2 ways it's going to end, dead or in jail. He tells Tariq this. More to the story is this, that Ghost did have a good heart. He was a noble man, and he wanted to do good. And Tariq is like, man, like my dad, he actually was a good person. He wasn't just, a drug dealer, a killer, and, stuff like that. I mean, it's quite obvious. I mean, Ghost came and tried to save your life multiple times. I mean, what else does he need to do? Now, we see the pallbearers. They getting ready to put your boy Ghost down. And it's kind of sad because it's like, man, this is the end of an era. I mean, your boy James St. Patrick, he carried this show for 6 seasons, and now it's all over. He's going down. You can even see Tasha. At the end of the day, like I said, they can say what they want to say about Ghost, but you know that Tasha definitely felt that pain. Tariq definitely felt that pain, and he gave a hell of a speech, right? He didn't disrespect his father at all. He pretty much said that, look, my father was a complicated man. He said the same thing that Tasha said, and he said that, you know what? it's sad that it took all this time for him to pretty much die for me to understand who he really was. It's a lot of stuff that I did not know about him that I'm just now finding out. And I think deep down inside, Tariq is feeling very bad about what he did. I mean, yes, it's too late. He tried to teach you lessons. And Tariq even said that his father wasn't perfect, but he was a good man and that he wanted to, do what he had to do to make sure his family was good. And that's exactly what Ghost pretty much did. But I mean, you can love or hate Ghost. He still tried to take care of his family no matter what. Regardless if they didn't like what he did, Ghost did try to put them in better positions. He tried to be legit and even take care of Tasha and Tommy after the drug life. But things didn't fall through for them. And like I said, it was very emotional at his funeral. Of course, closed casket, as I told you guys, right? Now, we get to Jenny Sullivan. They bring her in because they want to talk to her. They want to know her motives. Why did she even bring up Tommy Egan's name? Why did she even ask the question about, Tommy Egan doing this? Now, of course, this is a good question to ask, especially if you Davis McLean. Now, she pretty much explains that, look, the Democratic Party, Cooper Sacks, they came to her and, after, of course, them finding out about Tommy Egan being the accomplice, and they pretty much said, look, you're going to just present your information. We ain't going to press anything. But Tasha is who made the mistake. That's the person that made the mistake because she brought up Tommy Egan's name and said she told him to do it. So once that happened, Jenny Sullivan pretty much said that they pretty much forced her to, drop what she had and just turn it into a federal case. And this is exactly what happened. She's like, I was pretty much, tricked or whatever. I thought it was legit, but it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Cooper Sacks is doing stuff not by the book. The judge had to tell him this. And the judge is like, how can you even prove what you're saying? You know what I'm saying? How can you prove that Tasha is even guilty as far as what she's doing? Because, Davis McLean wanted to just drop. He wanted this all to be dropped, right? Then your girl Blanca Rodriguez pops up. Cooper Sacks, he listened to Stephen Ott and John Mock. He went and got Blanca Rodriguez, and Blanca Rodriguez pretty much said, yeah, Tasha did lead us to the body of Terry Scoopball Silver, and it's a chance that she could have set this up. She couldn't have done it herself because she's not physically able, but as far as setting this all up, she definitely could have did that. Cooper Sacks made it very specific. He's like, look, just say yes or no. He didn't really want Blanca giving her opinions about the whole case or nothing like that. Of course, Blanca doesn't believe Tasha did this, but he doesn't really care. He's trying to, create this case and not get this case dismissed. And the judge is like, you know what? You're right. We're not going to dismiss this. You will be able to talk more at the actual trial. Now, Blanca, of course, is very pissed off. She says, look, remember to call me up at the trial because I got a lot more to say. We know Cooper Sacks is dirty. And she says it herself that Cooper Sacks is dirty. And you already know she's going to try to expose him when this trial comes up. Now, it's a damn shame to what happened to your boy Frank, right? Got caught slipping up at this bar. You already know it was just a matter of time, especially once they found out the truth that this dude ain't nothing but a snitch. He's a rat. And you already know what has to happen to rats. He's put to sleep. And that's exactly what your boy Kane did. I mean, he pulled an old Tommy and Ghost move right here. This is something that they used to do back in season 1, season 2. Chop up body parts and, handle their business. Now, your boy Kane is 2-0. 2 bodies. Back-to-back episodes. Next week, we going to see if he's going to go 3-0. Now, he has his brother Drew there helping him with the body pieces and everything like that, and they get rid of it. Goes to show that they are very ruthless, and they will do whatever it takes, regardless if you family or not. You know what I'm saying? If you go against the code, you have to go. So now I want to know what's going to happen now when it comes to, the Tejada family and Tariq, his word, and, what's going to happen as far as their connection, because it's getting very interesting with this storyline. The Tejada family, and especially Lorenzo. I want to know what he's going to think about this whole thing. Now, Your girl Diana, she goes and she talks to Tariq, and she's like, man, you told my brother about Frank being dirty, being a snitch or whatever. That's how he got out. Yes, it was true. And, she likes Tariq. She just wants to know more about him. Of course, Tariq believes that Monet is the one that sent her there. She says, no, I came by myself. Now, Tariq asked her for a favor. She's like, look, could you help me? Could you help me get a morning after pill at my mom's facility? Because remember, Tasha told him that at that funeral. So Tariq puts in word, and of course, Diana, she goes and she puts in word to Monet, and Monet is like, all right, I can do that. You know what I'm saying? I can definitely put in word and get this, these meds there, and also a burner phone there as well. So now your girl Tasha, she's all set. She got a chance to adapt to the prison life. She got her a burner phone. She got the pill, and of course they put it in the book. Great Expectations. Perfect, right? Title of the episode, and this is exactly what is done. Now she does call your boy Tariq, and they start to have a discussion. And Tariq is pretty much just talking about another way to make it. You know what I'm saying? Because of course he keep hearing about you're only going to end up in jail, or you're going to be dead. And Tariq is like, look, I have another way. You know what I'm saying? It's another way that we can do this, that we can make this money, that we can make it out. And we're going to see exactly what that is. We know Tariq wants to take college life and use that for his advantage to help make this money, and also pay for Davis McLean to help get his mother out of prison. And at the end of the day, I think it's a high chance that that may just happen. Now, Kane, he's been already peeping out your boy Danilo Ramirez. He's been peeping him out since the first episode. And now in this episode, he sees him going to his mom's spot. I don't know why he's in his police cruiser, but he is. You know what I'm saying? He's there, and he's going to bring her some information. The information that she already knows. She already knows that Frank is dirty. You know what I'm saying? She knows this already. So she's telling him, like, dude, you have to bring me something better than this. You know what I'm saying? And also, if you knew this dude was a snitch, why did you even allow this dude to get close to me and my family? You know he can't be trusted. And, your boy Danilo is just looking like, man, he wants to prove himself so bad to the Tejada family, or at least to Monet, because he really likes her. And he's willing to do whatever he has to do. But she tells him he needs to pretty much just hurry up before Kane returns. But Kane already realizes this. Just like I told you guys, they will have issues. And you're starting to see, the build up to their issues. Now, of course, the episode ends off with Monet asking Officer Danilo Ramirez that, look, I need you to get anything you can get on Tariq St. Patrick. I need to know any type of information on the kid, which he's going to do. He's going to probably do his homework on the kid. Monet eventually is going to find out exactly who Tariq is. You would think once she finds out this information, even from his last name, that she would know who James St. Patrick is. But we don't know how deep these characters were as far as their relationships, where Ghost was at, where she was at, where Tommy and all these characters was at. But you would think they would know something about them. We're going to find that out later on in this season. But as far as the episode, I think it was very good. Your boy Tariq definitely stepped up to the plate, especially when it came to Kane, letting him know the truth, checking him and schooling him on the game. And also, I'm proud that the dude didn't dog out my boy Ghost, because that would have been just messed up. You know what I'm saying? You can't disrespect your father like that. At least giving him his props. Yes, he wasn't perfect, but the way that Tariq presented it, it was like, he pretty much told the truth, you know what I'm saying, about his dad, that yes, he was complicated, but he had a good heart, and he did whatever he had to do to take care of his family. You guys let me know, what do you see happening next? How do you see this season playing out? And what was your personal opinions about episode 2? I can't wait to talk about it. We will be breaking down more storylines this week. Get you guys ready for episode 3, but also just talk about some of the things that we saw at a deeper level in this episode and what's to come. But thank you once again. Keep supporting your boy, and I will continue to bring you more power content in the future. But let me get on out of here, man. It's your boy Mark Dark. I'm out. Peace.